Many FP&A teams are trapped in a traditional cycle of budgeting, reporting, variance analysis, and forecasting. While these activities remain important, organizations today operate in environments characterized by rapid market changes, economic uncertainty, shifting customer behavior, supply chain disruptions, and technological transformation. The most effective FP&A teams are evolving beyond static annual planning processes and embracing Agile strategy principles. In this episode, we explore how Agile strategy can help FP&A professionals become more focused, more responsive, and significantly more strategic in supporting organizational success. Please enjoy the episode. Welcome to the Finance Leader Podcast, where leadership is bigger than the numbers. I am your host, Stephen McLean. This is the podcast for developing leaders in finance and accounting. Please consider following me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. My usernames and the links are in this episode's show notes. You can also follow Finance Leader Academy on LinkedIn. Thank you. This is episode number 154, and I'll be talking about how your FP&A team can adopt Agile strategy principles to deliver faster results. And I will highlight the following topics. Number 1, what is Agile strategy? Number 2, why traditional FP&A can become reactive. And 3, let's examine some key Agile principles. Hey, it's great to be back to the podcast again. My goal is always to help finance leaders at all levels so they become better at their jobs and improve their overall leadership skills. I will always strive to develop the next group of leaders in our profession. My passion is to grow more finance leaders who can think for themselves, who can lead strategically, and who make a positive difference every day in their organizations. This week, I will be discussing Agile strategy as it relates to your FP&A team. Agile strategy applies the core principles of agility to strategic planning and execution. Instead of relying exclusively on long-term plans that may become outdated quickly, Agile strategy focuses on continuous planning, frequent reassessment, rapid learning, faster decision-making, prioritized initiatives, and adaptability to changing conditions. The goal is not to abandon long-term strategy, but to execute strategy through shorter cycles of learning, adjustment, and action. Organizations still maintain long-term objectives. However, they continuously refine how they achieve those objectives based on real-world results. We are halfway through 2026, so it is time to review our personal goals to evaluate where we are so we can make any necessary adjustments. And like I always say, it is time to review where you are in completing your required CPEs. Don't wait until the end of the year to notice you need 20 more CPEs to keep your certification. Plan them out now, complete them, and then send in that documentation. Please subscribe to the podcast on the platform you are currently listening to, and also please subscribe to my weekly email. When you subscribe to the email, you will receive a free guide about developing your finance leadership. It's filled with many tips and strategies to grow your leadership. Thank you. Now let's talk about how to apply Agile strategy principles to your FP&A team. Number 1, what is Agile strategy? Agile strategy for FP&A teams is the application of Agile principles, adaptability, continuous learning, prioritization, collaboration, and rapid decision-making to the financial planning and analysis function. Rather than relying solely on an annual planning cycle with fixed budgets and static assumptions, Agile strategy encourages FP&A teams to continuously evaluate business performance, reassess risks and opportunities, and adjust recommendations as conditions change. The objective is not to abandon long-term strategic goals, but to execute those goals through shorter planning cycles, rolling forecasts, scenario analysis, and ongoing communication with business leaders. This allows FP&A professionals to respond more effectively to changing market conditions, customer behavior, competitive pressures, and operational challenges. One of the most important aspects of Agile strategy is the shift from measuring the past to influencing the future. Traditional FP&A activities such as budgeting, forecasting, variance analysis, and management reporting remain essential, but they become tools that support decision-making rather than ends in themselves. Agile FP&A professionals spend more time identifying actionable insights, modeling alternative scenarios, assessing risks, and helping leaders allocate resources to the most impactful initiatives. They operate with a mindset of flexibility and responsiveness, recognizing that strategic plans should evolve as circumstances change. Number 2, why traditional FP&A can become reactive. Traditional FP&A teams often become reactive because their processes, systems, and workloads are primarily designed to explain what has already happened rather than influence what will happen next. Much of their time is consumed by recurring responsibilities such as budget preparation, forecast updates, month-end reporting, variance analysis, and management presentations. While these activities are important, they frequently leave little capacity for forward-looking analysis, strategic planning, or proactive engagement with business leaders. Now, as a result, FP&A professionals can find themselves constantly responding to requests, reporting on past performance, and addressing issues only after they have already impacted financial results. Limited collaboration with operational leaders can further contribute to a reactive posture. When FP&A operates separately from sales, marketing, operations, human resources, and other business functions, finance often learns about emerging challenges only after they appear in the financial statements. By the time declining sales, rising costs, staffing shortages, or customer issues become visible in monthly reports, leadership opportunities to prevent or mitigate those problems may have already passed. Without regular engagement and partnership across the organization, FP&A becomes a reporter of outcomes rather than an advisor helping to shape them. Number 3, let's examine some key Agile principles. Now, Agile principle number 1, focus on the highest value business questions. One of the most powerful Agile concepts is prioritization. Not all work creates equal value. Many FP&A teams spend significant effort producing reports that few people actually use. Strategic FP&A teams ask, what decisions matter most right now? Which business risks require immediate attention? Where can finance create measurable value? Instead of producing 20 reports, perhaps only 5 truly influence executive decisions. Instead of tracking 100 metrics, perhaps 10 drive organizational performance. Agile FP&A concentrates resources where the business gains the greatest benefit. Now, Agile principle number 2, work in short strategic cycles. Traditional planning often assumes predictability. Agile organizations recognize that assumptions frequently change. Rather than viewing strategy as an annual event, Agile FP&A teams operate in shorter planning cycles. Examples include monthly strategic reviews, quarterly business recalibration sessions, rolling forecasts, continuous scenario planning. Now, this creates greater organizational flexibility when market conditions shift. Finance can rapidly assess implications and recommend corrective actions. Now, Agile principle number 3 is build a strategic backlog. Software teams maintain a backlog of prioritized work. FP&A can do the same. A strategic backlog is a list of business issues, opportunities, analysis, and initiatives that could create value. Now, examples are customer profitability analysis, pricing strategy evaluation, working capital improvement projects, labor productivity assessment, product portfolio analysis, and capital investment reviews. Instead of randomly responding to requests, the team works through a prioritized list aligned with organizational goals. This creates discipline and strategic focus. Next is Agile principle number 4, increase collaboration with operations. Now, I like this one. Agility depends on communication. FP&A teams often operate separately from operations, sales, marketing, supply chain, and human resources. Strategic finance teams intentionally build cross-functional relationships. They regularly engage with operational leaders to understand emerging risks, resource constraints, market developments, customer trends, performance challenges. Now, this enables FP&A to identify issues before they appear in financial reports. Finance becomes integrated into decision-making rather than merely reporting outcomes. Next is Agile principle number 5, experiment and learn faster. Many organizations avoid making decisions until they have perfect information. Agile organizations recognize that perfect information rarely exists. FP&A can support a culture or experimentation by helping leaders to test assumptions, to measure outcomes, to evaluate alternatives, and to learn quickly. Now, examples include promotional campaigns, pricing adjustments, staffing models, inventory strategies, and new service offerings. Instead of debating possibilities endlessly, finance helps leadership evaluate results objectively. This creates organizational learning and accelerates strategic execution. And finally, Agile principle number 6, use insights instead of just metrics. A metric tells you what happened. An insight explained why it happened and what should happen next. Traditional reporting often focuses heavily on metrics. Strategic FP&A focuses on insights. For every significant metric, finance should answer what happened, why did it happen, why does it matter, what actions should leadership consider. This is where FP&A creates strategic value. Executives do not need more data. They need clarity. They need recommendations. They need decision support. Now, for action today, as you reflect on today's episode, ask yourself, is your FP&A team primarily reporting the past, or are you actively shaping the future? The answer to that question may determine how much strategic value your finance organization creates. Today, I talked about how your FP&A team can adopt Agile strategy principles to deliver faster results, and I highlighted the following points. Number 1, what is Agile strategy? Number 2, why traditional FP&A can become reactive. And 3, let's examine some key Agile principles. Now, finding and determining meaningful insights is where FP&A creates its greatest strategic value. While financial reports and performance metrics tell leaders what has happened, insights explain why it happened, what it means for the business, and what actions should be taken next. The ability to connect financial results with operational performance, customer behavior, market trends, and strategic objectives transforms finance from a reporting function into a trusted advisor. These insights enable leadership to allocate resources more effectively, prioritize strategic initiatives, mitigate potential challenges before they become significant problems, and continuously adjust execution as business conditions evolve. Ultimately, organizations do not gain a competitive advantage simply by having more data. They gain it by converting that data into actionable insights that improve decision-making and drive successful strategy execution. Now, next episode, I will be asking if you seem overwhelmed with artificial intelligence and what you can do to overcome that as a financial leader. I hope you enjoyed the Finance Leader Podcast. If this episode helped you today, please share with a colleague and leave a review. Please check out financeleaderacademy.com for more resources and for ways that I can help you and your team. And now, go lead your team, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.